to take an album of largely unconnected songs and thread them into a beautiful coming-of-age story about first love, last love, Superman, zombies, and John Wayne Gacy. To do so just through movement without a single spoken word is even more impressive. This year's Outstanding Choreography Award goes to Justin Peck.
It's just so amazing to be a part of this community. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you to the Outer Critics Circle for this honor, for this recognition. And I didn't prepare anything, but when I was listening to everyone's beautiful words, I was thinking a lot about where we are right now and some of the history behind Illinois and how that fed me. And I moved here to New York when I was 15, and I lived across the street in the dorms at the Rose Building, which is part of Lincoln Center. And it was there on the 14th floor that I heard this album for the first time by Sufjan Stevens, this Illinois album. And before I knew that I could be a maker or had the confidence to be a maker, I just remember thinking like this is an album, this is a body of music that could really be something. It could really kind of turn into some sort of theatrical event. And that was almost 20 years ago now, and I think a lot about this building in particular here, which is the Performing Arts Library, and I used to come here a lot as a young person, and I would watch the ballets of Jerome Robbins and musicals by George C. Wolfe and Susan Stroman, and just dream a lot about what I could do. And those are kind of like the guiding forces that led me as a young person. And I spent a lot of time kind of like in the hallways here and in the common areas. And I now have a residency at New York City Ballet, and one of the things that I definitely don't take for granted is I have like a little office space where I can be creative and I can dream and do all that stuff. But I would spend a lot of time just like sitting here. And so I have a lot of memories in this space, and it's like I can feel it kind of like seeping in into this room right now. And so this moment's a little bit like profound to me. And let's see, Illinois is a show that really has dance as its backbone. And I think that a big part of my motivation to make this show was to build something for the storytellers who are fluent in dance to thrive. And I just felt like there weren't enough of those kinds of shows. And I have a lot of friends and colleagues and other artists that I really admire that I just felt inspired by, and I wanted to build that with. And this is a very unique show in how it's built upon the act of collaboration and seeing not just who these artists are, but who they are as human beings and how they've influenced shaping these characters. And it's not the kind of show that's like a traditional audition process. It's very much like, I would take some of these artists for like walks through Riverside Park and kind of like pitch them my idea without knowing it would be anything. And so it's really special to me. I'm grateful to this cast for trusting me and saying yes and going on this journey with this show. I have to thank Sufjan Stevens for just providing the bedrock of this musical for us to build upon, and to my storytelling partner, my writing partner, Jackie Sibley-Drury, who's this incredible playwright, and he came on board and said, like, it's okay for this musical to not have any spoken dialogue in it, which is sort of insane. But she was so important to the process and towards forming this, and I'm super grateful for her. And I immediately knew in the first 5 minutes of meeting her that she was the one to do this with me. And then just lastly, I want to thank my wife, Patricia Delgado, who's here with me today. And she's really like the fairy godmother of Illinois, not just for me, but for everyone involved, the cast, the producers, the creatives, everyone like goes to her for comfort and for inspiration and for everything. And even for me, it's like, and the nice thing about being married to her is like, we can be in the living room and I can be like, okay, I have this idea for a step, help me figure it out. And so we actually dance a lot together at home and in the room and all of the above. And so it's just, her spirit really permeates into this work. So I'm really grateful to you and thank you so much. And thank you all. Thanks.
Wow.